Good afternoon and welcome to the semi-finals of 10 ball at the EPBF Predator European Championships. Firstly, our wheelchair users division on table 14. Kimroni Nygård of Norway against David Slatzek of Slovenia. And on table 15, Matej Brajkovic of Slovenia against Henrik Larsson of Sweden. In our women's division, on table 3, Ina Kaplan of Germany, and she faces Sarah Rocha of Portugal. And on table 1, Alara GHAFFARI, Turkish Cypriot, and she's up against Jasmine Ocean of Austria. And finally, in the men's division, on table 4, Christian Mrva of Slovakia. He faces Stefan Kaspar of Germany. And finally, on table 2, Juan Carlos Exposito of Spain. Got some support here. And he's facing Konrad Juszczyszyn of Poland.
Well, hello and welcome to all of our pool fans joining us from across the globe. Welcome to the 2025 EPBF Predator European Championships. We're bringing you these matches today from the beautiful city of Tallinn. And you join us right now for the ladies 10-ball semi-final. I'm Gethin Davis and I'm joined in the commentary booth today, and also introducing the players will be Joris van Amersfoort. Good evening, Joris. How are you?
Good day, Gethin. Good day. I'm good, thank you. You good too?
Yeah, very well. It's been a fun-filled day today. We started off
with a half a sentence, and I will finish it. Well, I'm trying to have had a long day already, and let me introduce the players already to start with. The most familiar face will be the one who will break off right now. It is Yasmin Ushan, and she will take on this semi-finals against Alara GHAFFARI. Once again, Alara, her first name, last name is GHAFFARI. And Alara is a Turkish Cypriot, and she's from North Cyprus. We are still waiting for the scoreboard to be shown in the view. But you can see Alara at the table right now. She's one of the young stars in this arena fulfilled with stars. In 2023 she became the European champion 8-ball under 17. So that's quite promising.
Well, Joris, this is my first time seeing Alara at the table, and she's come through a tough field to get where she is today. We're all fully aware of Yasmin's competencies, and I had the pleasure of commentating one of her matches, and she was very strong throughout, and I believe she missed she took every opportunity that she was given. Her safety play was also very, very, very good, and so Alara's got her work cut out.
Yeah, most definitely. In the quarterfinals she won her match 6-4 against the other talented uprising star Jolien Schuurman from the Netherlands.
She's just getting her extension out here. This is a tester. Is she called the 9? think she did, Joris. And this is exactly what Yasmin wants. However, that 7 ball is a little bit tricky. What are you thinking there?
I think it's okay. Just like that.
Yeah,
Many options, of course. She can play safe, she can open up. I think it's all determines on the position she finds on the 6, if she wants to develop that 7-8.
Yeah, never so easy when they're that close to the pocket. Really good judge of pace here by the looks of it.
Yeah, Yasmin OUSCHAN on the table. Well, I've seen her for like 20 years ago for the first time live in Rotterdam. Since then, she's been on and off the track for a lot, but for 5 years she has not been playing Euro Tours anymore. Up until last February, where she played her first Women Euro Tour. And you may guess what the result was, Catherine?
Well, I do understand that she took a hiatus to join a dance TV show, which she made the final of, I believe.
Yeah, or maybe won it either. Well, the Austrian people really know it. She's quite a famous Austrian person. But since this year, she's first started an invitational tournament in Germany, where she also won it. She won the finals against Christina Tikach. Then she went to Las Vegas to the WBPA, the women tournaments. She got 3rd in a very strong field.
Wow!
So she's doing quite well.
She played a good 6 there, Joris, and the cue ball's just run a little bit past where she wanted to go, and she's left with a little challenging cut into the middle bag here. She's played it well, but that cue ball's come off a little funny. However, it should be natural round 2, or maybe more angles for the 10 here. And Alara did get a chance there.
Yeah, that combination was absolutely makeable. We're still working on the scoreboard and the screen. Apologies as it's not there yet, but
we are here to keep you abreast.
If you just tuned in, this is the first rack of this match, so it's now only 1-0. And it was the break off by Yasmin.
Yeah, an alternate break here, Joris, and I do believe we're playing under the shot clock and with 1 extension per player per rack, and the added complexity of having a break box, and which means they can't play inside the box, correct?
Correct. You have to place the ball outside of the box for the break off. And the lines of the break of the box is quite difficult to see. There you just saw it. You may not put it in the center of the table. You have to move it more to the side of the table. Now with 9 ball you usually break from the side, but with 10 ball it's normally better to break from the center, and by rules they have taken away that advantage.
You know what, Joris, I just think we got a good glimpse of what's brought Alara to the later stages in the semi-final of the 10 ball. That break was very powerful, and good control of the cue ball. Every opportunity of running through with this.
This is a tester. I also got second prize there. I do think the nuts. Yeah, a little tap on the table as an apologies for the roll. I think the yellow womble leaks his nose out.
Maybe a few early match jitters for Alara there, but I think that break will have filled her with confidence, with this being alternate break. Well, Yasmin picked a spot behind the 4 there, Joris.
Yes, he tried, but the womble is not very safe, so now it's not a snooker, and immediately it's a chance for the Turkish Cypriot player.
Yeah, you get a good view of her bridge hand there over the cushion. She's looking for good cue ball here, and I think she's just missed out by a ball.
Yeah.
And Yasmin's just got a little bit of difficult cueing here. It's at that funny distance where you're halfway through bridging over and halfway through putting your hand close to the ball, so she's able to come down the side of the 5.
Well, great stroke.
Yep.
I think it's good enough to stay at the top side of the table, so she can directly go from the 3 towards the 4.
Yeah, there's a little bit of danger from 4 to 5. She's just going to take a little bit of caution with this, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think the 8 ball is in a weird spot to go to the left side, so that would make me choose to go to the right side. So back where the cue ball is right now, just over the side pocket.
Just needs to miss that 7.
Well, she's fine. She can draw this for the side pocket if she wants. Well, that would be my objective. Draw it back to this long rail and shoot the 7 in the left side pocket. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah. Our camera angle there showing there may have been the slightest of gaps for the 7 to go through, but Yasmin would never look at that. She's found a much simpler path.
She can play this 2 rails out, going forward 2 rails, meaning she will play into the line towards the 9. That really helps with the speed. Perfect.
Yeah, and it's always on the right track, no matter where it stops between the cushion and the object ball. Very, very good percentage pool as well. So early alarm signs for Alara. However, with it being alternate break and clearly a strong break, she's always got a chance of keeping herself in this. So
yes, it's quite a powerful break, doesn't she?
Yeah. And with the power, she still has good control of the cue ball, which is something that a lot of players can fall foul to. She's clearly worked on that. Now, to take the second frame and a 2-0 lead.
It's there. 2-0.
Yeah. Yasmin will be happy with that. That's the start, exact start she'd wanted, of course. Not clearly for Alara. And just to mention while we are here watching our referee rack this 10 ball, the other semi-final on the table is our straight pool finalist Ina Kaplan playing Sara Rocha from Portugal, I believe, and I will just make sure I've got the latest scores for you.
Yeah, you just saw the cups they are playing for. Nice cups.
It appears there may be an issue with the updating of the scores at the moment, which is why they haven't put it on the screen. So to avoid confusion, it's 2-0 to Yasmin, and with Yasmin to break. Ooh. She's playing
Two
the
ball
cut
flies
break.
in.
Yeah, I remember watching yesterday with her playing the cut break, and she was starting to get success with the one ball in the middle pocket. However, it was on its way this time. It got nudged out the way, but it got nudged out in such a fashion that I think it's left a decent shot.
Yeah, the free ball does not pass the 6 ball, I guess. No, it doesn't. So some travel is needed with the cue ball. She could go forward in between the 9 and the 8, 2 rails out towards the 6. The shot is there, the lines are available, but speed is critical.
Yes, and these arc tables are playing really great with the Simonis Cloth, and once you get your feel for the speed on the TV table, these shots really start to tickle your fancy, should I say.
She's now looking to draw it straight back to the side rail.
She looks
I
caught
don't like
between
that.
the two.
Yeah, I don't like. Yeah, draw it in between the 8 and the 9 to the right rail directly, and then screw back. But I'd rather top spin this. Use the end rail. Yeah, but speed is critical. Fortunately, she got a kiss on the green.
Well, that certainly left her with something for the 3. But it looks like a centre pocket, because that 7 is blocking the other corner.
Interesting to see this. She's playing this with draw. Oh, that almost worked out.
Sneak it around the 4, Joris.
I did not expect that.
Well, I think on the first day she may have got away with that, but these tables have seen a lot of good action.
So is there enough room at the left side of this pink 4 ball?
Free ball, corner pocket.
Well, Alara thinks it is.
Now, with the running side, it will kick the 1 ball on, but too soft, that 9 ball may have covered it. However, that was a very tough shot, Joris.
It was. So it's ball in hand. Balls are all from Aramith.
Yes, indeed. And they look great out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So now another good chance for Yasmin to keep the pressure on Alara.
And if our viewers were watching on this table earlier today, you would have seen Yasmin's brother, who's just flown in from the east, doing exhibitions with Max Lechner, have a formidable performance for his opening 8 ball. So it looks like they'll both be having a little celebration tonight if it goes this way. However, I still think there's something left from Alara here, and if she can get her break working in the next frame, I think we could see Jasmine put under some pressure. However, Jasmine in this position just seems to lap it up.
Well, there was some great view for the fundamentals that Yasmin has. Of course, she has her own pool school in Austria.
Yeah, she seems very settled now. Third frame.
Little bounce of the rail will make it an easy 10 ball. Again, our apologies that the scoreboard is not working at the moment. This is the third frame, all won by Jasmin, so it's 3-0 now. In the meantime, Vlad Belkovs, the referee of this match, is collecting all the balls.
Yeah, he's been kept busy so far this week, and it's not over yet.
Now, there's plenty of action, of course. At the moment, we have our 8-ball tournament started. And in the meantime, we're finishing off this 10-ball. And after this 8-ball, we also have the 9-ball and the teams, aren't we?
Yes, we are indeed, and we get to see a lot of the up-and-coming European players. Alara being one of them. Now, she's just lost the cue ball there.
That's not going her way in this semi-final at the moment. Not only is it giving good chances to Jasmin, but Jasmin has a lot of table time, is already settled in the match, and Alara is up until now most of all spectator. And you're not gonna win matches as a spectator.
No, and you have a feeling the way that Jasmin is playing, her eyes will be widening at the prospect of what's in front of her right now. There really is nothing of concern that would ever jump out at me here. Possibly now, but I believe the 5 will pass the 8 as well, so she has options to come either side of the 5.
Yeah, I guess you play this 2 rails out to shoot it not at in the corner where the 8 is, but the other side. So you're gonna cross it twice now. Just missed the 6 ball. Perfect.
And for those at home wondering where the scoreboard was, I'd like to let you all know it's back. I'm sure you can see it down in the bottom left corner there. Thank you guys. We have a very, very hard-working team in the background. So whenever a technical issue does come up like this, it just goes to show how quick they can get us back in business. Thank you ever so much. And as it reflects, Jasmin with a 3-0 lead, looking at quite a nice clearance opportunity here, and this will, keeping Alara in the seat's going to make her think and ask a few questions. It'll be good to see how she reacts.
Completely straight, so back a couple of inches.
Maybe a few more inches than you would have wanted, Joris.
Yeah, it's okay. Although the tables are still quite smooth, it won't slide that much anymore. It will grab a little bit more. So you can draw this easily above the 10, stay above the 10. The 8 ball is hanging there. So I don't see any issues.
Yeah, she needed a little bit of side to avoid the 10 there. Not that she needed to worry too much, but if she hit the other side of the 10 there, she could have left herself tricky. What she's left with is...
Yeah, just go forward 1 rail. Always scary with the side pocket, but that's the pace that you have to take out of the equation. It is definitely out of the equation, but a little bit too short.
She took pace out of the equation a little bit there.
Yeah. It still cuts.
Yeah. Jasmin has the best poker face in the business. You don't really read too much from her.
that's not going in.
Oh, and we get our first face from Jasmine, and she asked a little bit too much of that pocket, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't straight in. And since this cloth is wearing a little bit, it's not that smooth anymore.
I have to say, Joris, I'm not so fond of balls when they're that close in the pocket.
No, that can be quite difficult.
I think she's done the best she could there, and this is an opportunity, Joris.
It is. But let's see if nerves come into play. Can she hold it together? She can! Well done, Alara.
Very good, very good. And I think seeing a 10 ball go down off the end of her visit is going to be a real nice relief for her. And you never know, that could have broken the floodgates. And these matches being brought to you from Tallinn, the Kalevi Hall in Tallinn, the sports centre, and as our colleague Mark was pointing out, this is in the basketball arena, and I was finding out a little bit more today, but Tallinn is the European City of Sport for this year as well, so
oh wow,
I'm guessing this place is going to be busy for this year.
All right. Unfortunately, I'm doing this commentary from my home in the Netherlands. Still never been to Estland, Estonia.
Yeah, no, neither have I. And by all accounts, our colleague Mark has, and absolutely loved the place. So if there is ever an opportunity to go out there and watch this live, you can sign me up. And do not forget, straight after this tournament is the Predator Euro Tour. So coming from the same location, so this with the same tables, I believe, as well, Joris.
Yeah, indeed. Continues to play on the same tables, same arena, same setup. And also the commentary will be the same, whether you like it or not. But we will continue doing the thing we love, and that is talking about pool. And that will come immediately after these EPBF European Pool Championships. Well, it's a nice kick, nice hit.
Yep. Not an easy shot for Jasmine here.
No, it's not easy, but she played it quite soft, and with that pace it was very hard to find cover. So the initiative is still at Jasmine.
Yeah, and as I was learning from some of Jasmine's earlier matches, she has an eye for a safety, so she will never turn down a good safety. And I'm not too sure if the 10 helped or hindered there. Is there an edge? I think our overhead camera, which is my favourite view of the table, says there might be a nick. And if there is a nick, Joris, it's going to be pocket bound.
Well, let's see how Alara feels about it. She says, I'm gonna kick at it, and I'm gonna do it by one rail. Well, normally I would choose for 2 rails, but
yeah, she has to just miss this middle pocket.
yeah, I choose to go for 1 rail. That's much more difficult than the 2 rail kick shot.
Yeah, well, clearly she couldn't see an edge of it.
No, so she had to kick.
That middle pocket was too big in the way, for my understanding, Joris. From the overhead view, it just looked like
yeah, so that's
always
why
going to have to do something.
Yeah, so that's why the 2 rail kick shot would have been easier.
So Jasmine looking for the best position to get on the 2 here, and she might even be considering the 2-6 combo.
Well, that would be my first, but she was looking to if the 2 ball passes to 3 ball. and the way she positioned the cue ball, that's their first choice. But I think she's now reviewing her first choice. I'd go for the combination.
Time.
You heard it here first in a great view of Jasmine's cue
6 balls.
when she was taking a shot there. Well,
It looks like a combination, like a billiard on the 6 ball, isn't it?
yeah, that's not what I meant, of course. I was meaning
No.
playing the 2 onto the 6, so she feels that the 2's going to track down towards that corner pocket if she plays it with finesse. Oh, she played that really well, because that 2 ball was threatening to get in her way.
She just unscrewed her 2-inch extension to put a 4-inch extension on, or 8.
You think she'll play the long 3 past the 4 here, so she doesn't need to do too much?
Might be, yeah, she is.
Yeah, I felt that was because she was stretching.
Yeah, you don't want to work too hard when you're stretched out, isn't it?
Yeah, she hopefully will just leave herself a stop shot for the 5, but
Oh, she played this horrible. She didn't even take the free ball on, but not only did she do that, she messed up her safety game. No,
yeah,
she's not happy with that.
a bit of confusion there. However, a glimmer of a chance for Alara GHAFFARI, our Turkish Cypriot player, to bring this back to 3-2, and by all accounts a little bit unexpected, because Yasmin's been strong from the get-go, so this could really strike a light under this match.
Right, the 5 passes the 8 ball. Always gotta watch out if you play such a shot, because if you play position with cue ball at the short rail and you hit the 8, then you don't have a shot anymore.
No, but she did play that very well, clean as a whistle.
Absolutely. I'd like to go forward 2 rails out, short rail and a right rail. In that case you will play it into the line towards the 9. Use the extra rail there. Perfect. Looking good, and to be honest, like, it was all going the way of Yasmin O'Shan, but in the end it's now 3-2, and Alara has put a feet into this match.
We have as a match, Joris, and
Yeah, love it.
I was just noticing that the very few extensions called, these girls are, you know, really getting down to the shots. There's not been too much hesitancy.
Now both players have some kind of a rhythm. Like, they shoot and after the shot they get up, take the choke, walk around the table, make the plan, walk back, line up, do the pre-shot routine and shoot again. And this routine is done every single shot, and therefore it's perfectly timed also.
Well, Alara, who's been breaking very well, although she did lose the cue ball on her last break, has been making balls, and she's made balls again.
Yeah, it was powerful, but not really controlled with the cue ball.
No.
Eventually she has this shot, And I think if you go the attacking way, you should shoot one ball into the corner, so you can go forward.
Does that bring the middle? No, it doesn't bring the middle pocket into play. It should be quite natural.
Yeah, she's playing this in the side, I guess. No, she's playing it. Well, great shuttle.
Yeah, I think that's opened it up, but that 6 has a little cause for concern.
Most definitely. She could take away the 10 now a little bit. That would have opened up that pocket. See?
Yeah, that would have indeed. And now she's left herself pondering a 3 to 4 and then the 4 to the 6. And
yeah,
with it not passing the 10.
It's okay. I would leave the cue ball at the left rail. Like that. And now she can go 2 rails out towards the 10 ball.
Okay.
That would be my target.
Now, do you think if the 6 passes the 8 into the corner that she can then overhit this, or rather give this a bit more pace than...
Yeah, you can always...
oh, she's going into them.
In. I'm not quite sure if this works, because you need this right angle to go to the 7. No, I would say that on my shot, if you go towards the 10 ball, even there is no position, from that side you always have perfect option to play safe behind the 8 ball and send the 6 ball away.
Well, she's played that with a lot of force follow through, and it just hasn't come over far enough.
Great effort, but no reward.
Now, do you go aggressive here, being that there's only 2 balls left on the table after the 7, or can you see an immediate safe there, like playing the 7 back down the middle of the table, for instance?
Yeah, I don't. To be honest, I would bank it to the left bottom, to this pocket that we are viewing over right now. With some top speed, not too fast. She's going to the other one.
Yeah.
The reason I would take the other one is that there's more safety outs, and towards this pocket I don't really see a safety. This.
She wasn't far away, but I understand what you mean, Joris. That 8 ball was quite big there, and a natural to cover the cue ball.
Yeah.
And that might be just a bad decision there. It'd be interesting to see if Yasmin can capitalize on this. It's a thin cut. It's, you know, it's not the easiest of shots, this. So,
do you know if the 8 ball passes the 10? Well, we don't know.
No, I don't believe it does. But I think Yasmin's taken that one out of the equation too. So,
most definitely. Yeah. So one good stroke here. Throw it straight back to the long rail. Touch of left side English. Didn't follow through in the shot. She's still okay, but the cue action was way off, the timing of it.
Would you have expected her to have hit that harder in and out of the cushion?
Absolutely. Look at that. Wow.
That's
and
2.
I think that all comes because the former shot on the 8 ball, she completely mistimed it. Therefore she was short, and that just is something that goes into your head, you know, stay focused. And because she lost that focus, that's all into your head. Such a small thing.
And Alara will be happy with the result from that. And instead of there being a 2-game deficit, 2-rack deficit of 4-2, it's now 3-3. And with it being a race to 6, halfway thriller, race to 3 now.
Nice. Yeah, that miss was a great result for the match. I'm sorry for the Yasmin OUSCHAN fan club, which I know is a very active fan club. But for us viewers of a good match, we love this standing as a 3-3. Yeah, to me that happens a lot at many players, and I know myself, and you probably too, Kevin. Like if you make a mistake in, you lose some focus, or you had an easy shot and it just went in, and you start thinking, oh, I almost missed such a stupid shot. How can I do that? Okay, focus, let's make, and the next shot is gonna be a miss. And that happens to so many people.
Not just to so many people, it happens so many times to me.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Like you get away with it because you played not the best shot, but you're still in there.
Exactly. Well, I was just having a quick look at what's going on elsewhere. We do have 2 TV tables coming to you at a time to give you more of the action, and as you can see, the beautiful view of the Kalevi Hall and the starlit arena there. We also have the other semi-final. However, I did a refresh on the score and I'm unable to check that, so I'll try and bring the update on the score on the other semi-final.
The other semi-final is well, on this table in the background you can see Juan Carlos Exposito at the table. Well, he was at the table, sitting down right now, and he brings Konrad Jujicin back to the table.
Yeah, as Konrad we saw play a very strong game yesterday. He is
attacking.
Yeah,
there's
absolutely.
only one verb for him. It's called attacking.
And of course, these streams being brought to you free from Pro Billiard TV. I was just noticing in the chat we had a little mention from, well, we've had a lot more mentions now coming in, but Chanel Ramos from the Jasmine OUSCHAN fan club has asked to keep the streams free, and I know if Predator has anything to do with it, we will be doing that exactly for you. And it's something that has really generated and grown my interest in the game, being able to have access to so many matches and players from across the globe.
Oh, still not going the way for Yasmin. Another scratch on the break. She just used her timeout to settle down a little bit. But for now it hasn't worked out yet.
No,
and a chance for Alara.
Has that one? No, I think from that camera angle, great camera angle, it does go, but that's tight. That 8-ball is...
She's going for another safety, maybe a free foul. You see that 5 balls, the 9-ball, 3-ball, 10, 7 and a 4. They are very useful to find cover.
And this is not what Jasmine wants to be faced with after having a couple of misfortunate shots. So
yeah, and this is a great safety played by Alara. Not only of course the snooker itself, but the 1 ball is behind the 2 ball. This means that it's really hard to make the hit, but also if he doesn't make the hit, the 2 ball is ready to find cover for his 3rd foul.
Yeah, I think Alara will be thinking about that now. And
yeah, so the referee did call already the 2nd foul. That's a rule in the WPA.
It's yeah, it's a situation that after your break you don't want to come back to, but Alara is looking to turn the screws on here, and I haven't actually seen a 3 foul rule.
Oh no, Alara, what do you do? This was the chance to get that 3rd foul, and she didn't got her nerves right.
No.
And what a chance here for Yasmin. What a let-off for Yasmin.
Yeah, certainly a let-off. I'm not too sure if it's a good chance yet. This cue ball's going to be running away from the 2.
Maybe she can draw it into the 4 ball. Like that.
Oh, she did indeed. Very nice.
Now the free ball is still a little bit of an issue because it doesn't pass the 8 ball. It doesn't pass the 9 to the side.
Or does it?
No,
That
it doesn't.
view?
So,
No, okay. And then
go over this wall of 5 balls to this side. It's gonna be hard. Let's see what Jasmine is up to.
okay.
Looks like she's going for the combination.
There's a lot of distance between the two balls there, Joris. I mean,
Yeah. I personally would not take this on.
has she seen a good opportunity for a safe?
Always, but it's not the ideal position to do that. That's a good shot.
Yeah.
A little
that's
bit firm. That might sneak out. Don't
Do you
you
know,
think?
I think it might have, Joris. I think it might have, and she was looking to use the 10 and the 4 there as cover, which was a really good idea. And with the 3 being so far off the cushion, if she can see an edge of this, she might just want to put in a little call of that corner pocket if she's going to try and go for a sliver of it.
Ooh, that's a expensive miss there by Alara. Also very unnecessary, of course.
Well, does that tell us that she couldn't see it, or...?
Yeah, I believe that she couldn't see it, but to miss the complete ball is not necessary. Like, sometimes you must kick for a very thin hit, but in this case quite a full hit to send the free ball towards the 5 and the 6 ball. Many options to hit it full.
It appeared that if that was the case, she may have not even hit it hard enough for a ball to make a cushion, but we'll never know now. Yasmin is taking a look how close that 5 is to the 6. The ref might want to come over and watch that pot, unless she comes close enough to the rail, which she looks to have done.
Yeah, it looks perfect. So you can screw this straight back a few inches to shoot the 7 in the same corner.
Yeah, the 6 and 7 in the same corner indeed, and after that scratch on the break, Yasmin may have been thinking that it wasn't going to be her day, but this is more like the Yasmin that we've been witnessing over the past few days. Of course, the commentator's curse was thrown out there, and she has dismissed that completely.
I stopped talking for a while, have you noticed?
Thank you, Joris.
So she might go for the gap in between the 9 and the 10. No. Now the 10 is a little bit an awkward position.
It is. She would like to be ideally where she is now for the 9.
Yeah, but it's a small area. You cannot overscrew it because then you scratch, and you cannot underscrew it, and because then you're snookered behind the 10. So I'm not quite sure if that's the position you want to play to.
So back across the table for the long 9?
Long 9, or still cut it back to the side pocket? That would be my shot, just to take all the risk out.
Yeah, very good shout, Joris. She's tried to deaden it, or is she going for the middle bag?
And now I think you should go for the side. Yeah.
Okay.
Screw it 2 rails out. Top rail, right rail. Shoot the 10 in the side.
Well, we'll see what she prefers here. Well, she didn't put as much screw on it as I thought, and it tickled the middle bag.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a little bit underpaced.
I still fully
But she should
expect
be
her to
okay.
progress. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Perfect.
So, Yasmin Ushan saying no to Alara taking a lead and keeps her at bay, takes a 4-3 lead. And I was just noticing a couple of comments in the in our stream, and there's a Michael who is living in Tallinn, where he knows he can go and watch for free live, but chooses to watch it through the stream. Maybe that's for you and me, Joris. I'm not too sure.
Oh, awesome. Might be.
I'm just going to believe that for now.
Well,
It's
good to have you here, Michael. And after a sigh of relief that Yasmin Ushan has won this 7th rack, it's now Alara breaking off in the 8th rack of the semi-final 10 ball. Wow, those are some nice kisses.
Yeah, that they were indeed. And as we saw from her first break, well, from all of her breaks, but certainly her first break, she's got some power in that arm and it's paying dividends. And as we see from this great camera angle, that 5 cleanly goes into the corner pocket and lends itself to get shape on the 6. So Alara
Should have played at a little more pace. Ooh, this she cannot hold this for the 5, so she needs to work now.
it would be a great shot if she does try to hold for it and succeed.
Ooh, I don't. Yeah, then you will really have to slow roll it. I rather go down one rail and straight up, no side, which is quite unfamiliar for a pool player. Ooh. Does it go on the side?
Well, this we're going to find out. She's took a 2 steps back from the table, and it very well could, Joris. Oh, maybe it doesn't.
No, I don't think it does. Going to play safe cue ball above the 7, I guess.
Yeah, playing
Hit it
safe
a little bit
there.
firm, but she got away with it.
Yeah,
Nice
indeed.
little notch on the 9.
And the way she played that, she knew the 5 ball was going to stay exactly where she hit it. So
Yeah, so there was a lot of danger in this type of safety. Because if she didn't nudge the 9 ball, she would have left quite an easy opener for Yasmin.
Time. 5 ball. Corner pocket.
Called it in the bottom right.
yeah, and not
Ah,
afraid
she's-
to get the
she's looped.
drumstick out.
Ah, see what she's trying to do. She's trying to make it off the 10 in the corner, and if she misses the 10, then it's automatically a safety, bouncing the 5 up. Looks like she's
Great
going for that shot. Just like
I
that.
think she was, yeah.
Didn't work out, but that was, I think, her goal.
I don't think Alara could have asked for a better opportunity, though. Truth be told, Joris, if we just have another look at the table here.
Yeah, it's perfect.
I mean, the 7 to 8, perhaps.
Well,
But-
I wouldn't draw this. I would play like a stun out. Perfect. That's it.
Yeah. Good signs here for Alara. She was not dismayed at all with Yasmin taking such a solid and decisive lead. And she's still in here fighting. Could have been a nice kiss.
Maybe she's still there. I'm not quite sure if it fits. Looks like it, isn't it? Looks like she got away with it.
It certainly does from here.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't need to do too much with the cue ball here. And I think she's just come up lovely there. Maybe just a little bit short. In case she wanted to screw back, it may just threaten the middle pocket. Maybe she could just screw it back soft enough that it wouldn't get to the middle pocket, but good sign here.
Left it pretty close to that rail, making it a pretty hard shot now.
Yeah.
How much of a percentage do you think she make it? 60?
75. 75. Come on.
70.2, I think. And 100% right now. Well done, Alara. Well done.
Brilliant. So, Joris.
Yes.
4-4. It's now a shot fire.
Race to 2.
You know, as we know very well with Hill, Joris, you know, anything can happen at that point. You know, I would dare to say that going with the run of play, you would consider Yasmin as being the stronger player and should be the stronger player. However, this is where we get magic, should I say?
Absolutely. But I have to say, of course, the palmarès of Yasmin is outstanding. But the way she's playing this match, I feel she sometimes is quite sloppy, making a few mistakes that's not necessary.
No. Well, we've seen both players make a few mistakes, and both players capitalize.
Interesting to see that Yasmin chose to break from the side this time.
She did, and the 9 went in, and the 1 was coming up towards the cue ball. She's just taking a quick look around, and the 1 has stayed available to the middle pocket. So how is the position to the 2, Joris? Or would you play the stick?
No, I might even play safe behind the 6 here.
Yeah, stick it behind the 6 would be the alternative, of course. And
if you want to attack here, you want to stun this to the short rail close to the 4 ball and then bounce this. You really have to play it very firm, and you're very close to the 1 ball, so I'm not quite sure if I like that.
Yeah,
I might like the safety better.
Well,
This is about maximum that she could do, I feel. And with the 10 hanging there, this is not a gimme to make this 2 ball and find position on the 3.
no, ideally she would like to swing it where that 10 ball is and come round 2 cushions.
Exactly. If that 10 ball wasn't there, then this shot was perfect. But with the 10 ball there, and I don't see the shot on the 1 ball that she could travel so far forward to make the 2 without touching the 10 ball.
She just called the bank, Joris.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh. I think she just called it as backup. I think it was the centre she pointed at, not the corner. My apologies at home, ladies and gentlemen. But I think the intention there was a safety. And that camera angle tells us that she can see an edge of it.
Yeah. But
did she
how much value does it? Yeah, but to be honest, if you hit the edge of it, what's the value?
No, of course, you're correct there. I mean, unless you want to thin it enough to bring the cue ball round the houses back up towards where it is now. However, I thought she called the middle pocket there and was looking at two railing.
Okay, yeah, no, I would go for this. Yeah.
Ooh. She nearly made it, but the 2 has hung out a little bit there, Joris.
Yeah. Again, I didn't like the pace, the speed that she played it. because he was always kicking the 2-ball towards this open field where it lands right now, and there's hardly any safety option there. So I rather play that kick shot a lot firmer. I find it very interesting that Yasmin still declined it.
No,
I would have
understand.
expected her to take this cut shot on.
You think 4-4's just asking a few questions, and she's thinking, well, okay, let's increase the probabilities here and maybe get a ball in hand.
Might
That's a
be.
good question from Alara.
Might be. Or Alara can make this jump shot and run out. What would that be? That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. Okay, she didn't make it, but how's your luck with where the 2's going?
Well, that shot is a fable.
And I think from this
How
angle,
to get position from the 2 to the 3.
well, it looks like the 2 might pass, but you're right. She is going to have to give this a wallop if she wants to try and put the 3 in the same pocket as the 2, for instance, but maybe there are other options.
Time. Extension.
Yeah, hardly. So I won't blame her if she chooses to play safe again.
Would she want to play it in such a fashion that the cue ball comes down to our end of the table there and she pushes the 2 up?
Well, if she plays a stop shot and leaves it at the right side of the 8 ball, then the 2 ball will go towards the 6.
Ooh, I don't think she wanted to. I don't think she wanted to hit the 3 there.
No, most definitely not. And I definitely bank this 2 ball to the side pocket.
Yeah.
Leave it down there.
Bank it quite hard as well, just in case.
Yeah. That it goes back to the left side again if you miss it. Yeah, just like that. Perfect.
Great. Oh, and that's gone super close to the 6. So if there's not a jump shot available here, she is going to be... Yasmin's going to be in a tricky position.
2-ball. Side pocket.
2 rails middle bag. She's eyeing it up.
Yeah. It's close to the corner pocket because it tends to go towards the green 6 to hit it first. Hit it good, I think.
She did. Our referee was standing in extremely close there, looking at that.
Yeah.
You see him walking back. I do like playing with the referee. It does add a peace of mind to the game.
Absolutely. Vladar Belkovs.
Great pronunciation, Joris. Fantastic.
You think so?
Yeah. Now, how's your action on this? I've got a feeling she's going to need to push this through. I don't think she can. Can she screw round back the side, round the 5, 7?
Yeah. Yeah. Should be good. Should be good.
Oh,
So went above
Great.
it.
yeah.
Oh, that
Great
works.
action.
Now the chance. Are you going? What's the game plan here? Go into it.
Well, it just looked like Alara was eyeing up towards the middle spot, or to the left of it, as we look at our end of the table here. I think she's going to go for this and play the cue ball up the center of the table to play the 5 in the same pocket or the middle.
Or the side. All right.
But she might end up hitting it. Nope, she didn't. And I like that shot because if there was any chance of that ball not dropping, she had a lot of cover.
So again, some decision times here. She could play behind the say a 7 and the 8 as the safety, but of course this 5 goes towards the corner pocket.
I guess if she's straight or better on this 5, she can run through, but if she's at all to the left of this 5. She's
No,
going
she's
to be
taking it to
running
the
into
center.
trouble.
She's going into the 7 and the 9. And that's very risky because the 7 can land in between this cue ball and the 6.
Yeah, I mean,
And
she
there
made
it
a great
is.
shot.
Yeah, that was really risky.
Well, she hasn't made too many bad decisions in this game, but I would consider that as one of them.
Oh, and this is the second one. Okay, not necessary to fully miss to go for the edge. You want a full ball contact.
No, and I'm sure there are her fans back in Northern Cyprus just having a little sigh there at that unfortunate circumstance. But let me reassure you, with
yep.
alternate break, Alara will get another look in. And although unexpected, there is still game left to play in this rack. However, Yasmin will be hoping that she will be moving on to the next rack with another point on the board.
She will be on the hill.
Very good spot. And it leaves Alara in a tricky predicament there then. Where she's forced to have to win the next 2 in a row. And a little tap of the chalk on the table. Yasmin may have breathed half a sigh of relief. However, not over yet, Joris.
No, definitely not. Also, Alara has had a lot more table time now than at the start of the match. You could see some nerves, of course. I think the right shot for the 5 was to go to the corner and not to play it in the side. If you play it in the side, I feel like you really had to calculate to push the 7 out of the line, because indeed without any adaptation the 7 would be pushed towards the 6.
Yeah, absolutely. And the added disappointment of missing the ball completely on her next shot was just adding insult to injury, unfortunately. So she needs to put this out of her mind. As I mentioned, it's alternate break, so she has another bite of the cherry here, and she really could do with the ball dropping. And the 5 says, oh,
it's dry.
Yeah, and there was a little, oh, it's not dry. And that will be the...
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed the ball.
Yeah, the 8 ball has dropped.
Ah, it's gone.
We can't see it in the pockets from the overhead because it's hiding.
Now, is this a combination of able? I think so.
Oh, nice spot, Joris. And has it leaked out enough? And has the white leaked out enough? Oh, that's awkward queuing, even if it has.
Definitely is. Now, there is a billiard to make the 2 ball, I think, cut.
Or a very
She plays
soft
safety. Oh, yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Mm.
I think it needed to be softer than that and a little bit thinner than that.
So a chance for Yasmin to finish it off. To start off with this 1-5 combination.
Yeah, and Joris, she'll be hoping that she is able to, because as you and I have both experienced over the past few years, hills can go anywhere.
Anything can happen at a hill. You don't want to go there if you're 5-4 up.
No, and she's played the cannon, and the cue ball knocked the balls out and stayed out of trouble, so that's a very key shot that she's played there.
2 rails out to the center of the table, close to the 3.
Indeed. Anywhere close to straight would be perfect for her, and I think she's done that. having a close look at the 4, and as we see from the overhead there, the 4 clearly passes the 9, so that makes her life a lot easier and opens up her options. Great looking cue, Joris. Wow, love to know the wood.
Yeah, she's been sponsored by Predator for like ages.
For like ages.
She's one of the first Predator sponsored players I know.
Oh wow. Yeah, her cue is rather tasty. I'm sure if you want to find out what cue she plays with, either someone will put it in the chat room or you will be able to find it on their website.
And most probably one of the Yasmin Ushan fan club members will know exactly the right model.
And the extension piece. And the
Yeah, she's always playing with a extension. And many times it's just a 2-inch extension that she has on right now. Very small one. So it has a funny angle here. She can go forward 2 rails out. She can stun it out or stop it there.
Yeah, you were right, Joris. I think she's going to just have to take a little bit tougher shot.
Yeah, since the 9 ball does not pass the 10 ball, she has to go up and down here, avoiding the side pockets. Other option is to draw it straight back all over the 9 to shoot the 9 in the side pocket, close to where the 6 ball is. But this is not a gimme.
No, it certainly isn't. And
She might stay above.
She did. She made the pot. But this is a tricky one, Joris.
Yeah. So, to be honest, I don't agree to play the stop shot on the 6 ball. She had the option to, or what was the 5 ball? She had the option to go forward 2 rails out, to come close to the 6. From there, it should have been an easy out. Now it's a lot of work.
It is.
And can she work it out? Can she manage it? Oh my.
She did look at that, Joris, and she had a little look to see if the in-off was there, and maybe she thought she was going to get enough of the 10 to knock it off course, but it didn't, and Alara has been gifted 5-5 hill, Joris. Oh,
amazing.
And just to keep the excitement going, I've just had a quick update from our other semi-final between Ina Kaplan, the finalist of the straight ball discipline, and Sara Rocha. And Sara Rocha has taken a 5-2 lead, and with Ina playing so strong, I'm guessing she is turning on a performance. So whoever takes this hill has still got their work cut out, and we will, if there's any result from there, we will let you know.
Absolutely. And if Ina Kaplan doesn't make it to the finals and Yasmin Ushan will not make it to the finals, I think many bet officers are pretty happy, because no one would have expected that.
No, I think you're right, going on rankings and form. So, important break for Yasmin now. Not been going so well. Great cut break.
Made the 1 ball on the side. It was full in the face. There is a shot at the 2.
Wow, look at that camera view of the
well done, cameraman. That's a nice
Aramith 8 ball. Yeah, it just finished at the right spot as well. It was a bit like a Tiger Woods putt.
Yeah. Now the 3-8 combination is definitely a good option. The 7 is a little bit in the way there, but from both sides the 3-8 is a good shot to take on.
Yeah, let's have a little look. I don't think she can turn down that combo, so this is going to be a very important pot for her here. Well, she didn't make it, and Alara has a great opportunity here to cause an upset, but that was asking a lot of the pocket. Oh, if I had a dicky ticker, that would have set it off.
Now this is quite interesting because you really want to control the free ball after this plant.
Yeah, and she's
You
at
can
this.
see. This is tricky.
Yeah, she sort of has to make sure she contacts just on the right-hand side of the 8 so that the cue ball and the 3 are going in the same direction. Otherwise, I fear that she could be left in a tricky position. Of course, she wouldn't be snookered or anything like that. However, she might find herself having to play a safety and giving the ball back to Yasmin. She made the combo well, and she decided not to play it soft, Joris.
No, I like to not play it soft, but didn't work out. This is too steep to cut it into the side, so I guess he will play safe here. Cue ball back to where it is right now. It's a little bit soft.
It is indeed. That 5 might come to the rescue.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, that 9 is in the way of playing off the rail onto it. And I mean, if she's forced to jump here, Yasmin is going to have to come out with jump of the week.
Yeah, this
So-
is not jumpable. You won't jump this.
No.
I think you should still go around the 9, but use the back rail, the bottom rail.
That's
Then
a
go
good
back
shot.
up.
Great call, Joris. A great spot. And she was very unfortunate there not to kick and stick behind the 9. And
Yeah, indeed. She could have had a little bit more luck with that shot. She played it well. Right, it cuts. I think she will take this one on.
yeah, I'd fully expected to do that, Joris.
She does, and she makes it. Great shot.
Yeah, that
Well
was a
played.
gutsy shot.
Absolutely.
At this,
Now the
at
5
this stage of
that's a
the,
9, isn't it?
yeah, and at this stage of the game, that was it was a gutsy shot. She played it pace
Very
perfect.
delicate. Yeah. Let's see, can she continue it?
Yeah, the good bounce off the cushion. This is good signs. Hill. Hold on to your seats, ladies and gentlemen.
Roll this in. Well done. 4 more balls for a
Yeah,
spot in
and-
the finals.
You know, as much as the balls are nicely there in the open, this will be a test of Alara's composure.
Absolutely.
Would fare her well into the final if she were to finish these off now.
Well done.
That's-
That's a good shot.
Yeah. Stop at the pop. Stop. Maybe. Yes.
It was closer indeed. Screw back a little bit.
Yeah, our overhead camera showing it was close. I like
Did
the
a
way
little
she
bounce
played
there.
that. Well, natural. Middle pocket,
Natural.
maybe.
On the side, 2 rails out. Keep it easy.
That's the 1, that's the 2. Deep breath, Alara, to take the semi-final of our Predator
What
European.
a win this is for Alara.
Absolutely, what a thriller. Joris,
Well done.
Wow, and a good firm shake of the hand from Yasmin. Both played absolutely fantastic. And I
They
wonder
played
how
their
we're getting
hearts
on
out.
the other table, Joris. I wonder how we're getting
yeah.
on the other table.
Yeah, a massive relief there for Alara. She was 3-0 down, and yeah, didn't look to go it her way, but in the end, she won it and found the spot in the semifinals. Everybody,
She will
thank you for
be
watching.
tickled pink.
Absolutely, everybody, thank you for watching. Later on we will have the finals. My name is Joris van Amersfoort, and next to me Kevin Davis. Thank you for hosting me.
Thank you, Joris, and good evening.
Good evening.